Good evening, everybody. I want to welcome you all to another interview of Black History Month. We have been celebrating Black History Month, started the 1st of February, and we got a few more days left in February for Black History Month. But Black History is not just only for February, but Black History is 365 days. But because we celebrated in the month of February because it had been set aside for Black History Month. So we have a whole month to celebrate. And just like I said, it does not stop in February. It's continual 365 days. Today we have special guests, two wonderful young ladies. Both of them are in the healthcare field. So at this time, I won't stop and let one at a time come and introduce themselves to us before we start this interview. We're going to start with Brianna at this time.
Hello, I'm Brianna. I'm from Roanoke, Alabama. Graduated from Hanley in 2009. Been a nurse for the last 9 to 10 years and a nurse practitioner for the last three.
Okay. Thank you, Brianna. Also, before Candice come, Brianna is a smart young lady. She have already always been smart, and I'm just privileged to share. I got to share this information I got in my head concerning Brianna. Brianna is my niece, but not only she my niece, I taught her in Sunday school. It makes me feel so proud to be able to interview both of these young ladies. Candice.
My name is Candice Morgan. I currently work at Tanner Medical Center in Wedowee in the ER. I'm currently in school at Troy University to obtain my nurse practitioner license. Um, and that's it.
Amen. And Candice also. I gotta tell you, I know you already know that she also is my niece too. I taught her in Sunday school too. And she also is a smart young lady. But both of them are some hard working young ladies. They have a good work ethic. And that is something to be proud of. So I want to thank both of them for giving me this opportunity on this month to come and to interview them, uh, relate to the healthcare field. You know, we talk about a lot of stuff, but we talk about spiritual stuff, but our health matters. When we have to deal with the whole body, spirit, mind, soul, spiritual and physical. So today we have two wonderful nurses that are going to be able to share with us, not only share with me, but share with everyone that is on Facebook Live that is watching this interview. So I want to start, first of all, I want to start with the youngest first, I believe. Still starting with the old. I'm going to start with the youngest first. Uh, we know this deadly virus that we got that is upon all of us. It's just not upon certain people. It's upon all of us. So
Hmm.
I want to ask Candice, what is some of the stuff that we can do to keep ourselves safe?
First and foremost, wash your hands. People need to make sure that they're social distancing, staying away from people, staying away from crowds, um, staying home if you're sick or if you've been around anybody that you've came in contact that does have COVID and you have symptoms, you need to stay at home as well and just avoid extracurricular activities altogether.
Amen. And I'm gonna go ahead and let Brianna, you kind of want to like to add to that at this time.
Just to make sure that you're taking like a vitamin every day. That's important to do. Something with vitamin C in it, vitamin D and zinc can help give you a good immune support to help fight the virus if you do come in contact with it.
Amen. So y'all listen to what these young ladies telling us because your health do matter. Now we are not in the health field, so we don't know this stuff. That's why we got these two young ladies on this afternoon to help all of us to keep ourselves safe from this deadly virus. And also, I know they would like to share this too, that we need to wear the mask over our face. Now, some people I see that refuse, and I guess it's a choice that you can wear it or not wear it. But I'm gonna wear mine. I don't
Yeah.
care where I'm at, what store I'm in, or they might have a requirement and might not have a requirement for the mask, but I'm gonna wear my mask because I believe in keeping myself safe and keeping others safe also. And that's the attitude that we got to have concerning this deadly virus. This is for real. We have had
Yes.
so many funerals, not in Roanoke. I'm just talking about in the Roanoke, Alabama. There's been a lot of funerals because of this virus, but there have been more in bigger cities.
Mm-hmm.
Next time I like to ask, I'm gonna start with you first this time, Brianna. Have you seen a increase with the virus in the black community, or would it be about the same with between the black, white of all nationality, of all colors?
I think it's an increase on both in all nationalities, just for the simple fact of the lack of knowledge, the lack of understanding that anybody can carry it. Even if you don't have symptoms, you can carry it. So I think overall it's just a lack of knowledge, like no matter the race.
Okay. Uh, Working in the ER, Candice, what have you seen as working in the ER? Have you seen an increase, or have you seen things different, especially in Randolph County?
We definitely have seen an increase of COVID symptoms. But a lot of times people think that they need a test to quarantine. If your job doesn't require you to have a test and you have symptoms, you need to go ahead and quarantine anyway, because even if your test is negative and you're still having symptoms, loss of taste, loss of smell, shortness of breath, I'm still going to tell you to quarantine for your 10 to 14 days. It doesn't matter what the test says.
Okay. Uh, you know, I have never, I'll be honest with you, I never took the test, but I hear a lot of people talk about the test, the COVID test. So, could y'all explain to me the difference between? It said it's more than one kind. Could y'all explain to me, explain to the people on Facebook the different tests that you can take to see if you got the virus or not? Start with you, Brianna.
Well, one of them is a send out that takes a couple of days to come back. The other one is a rapid test. It comes back within 15 minutes most times. The send out test is more accurate because it does test for more than one genotype of the virus. But the send out can be somewhat accurate as well, just kind of as an indicator that the virus might be in your system. But generally, if you're having symptoms, either one, you could test, you could have a false negative with either one.
Okay. So, Candice, I have heard folks say go so far up your nostril, and then I hear other folks say don't go so far. That's a different kind of test, correct?
Yes, in the ER, we call it the ditheries. That's the send out. It goes further than the rapid. The rapid doesn't go as far. And like Brianna said, the send out is usually more accurate than the rapid test.
Okay. Thank y'all so much. We're gonna take a short commercial break, and we're gonna come back and with some more questions concerning this. We'll be right back.
This interview is sponsored by Bell Video and Audio Services. For all your video and audio services and virtual needs, call on Bell Video and Audio Services 334-338-2.
We are back at this time. We're going to get right back to our interview concerning the vaccine. We know the vaccine is available now, and it's been given to quite a few people now, and a lot more people got to take it. So, what would you say concerning taking the vaccine? Starting with you, Brianna.
I think it's a personal choice. You just have to do the research on it and treat it the same way as you would treat a flu vaccine if you would get it. Just depending on how, everybody knows how their immune system is. So if you're more likely to come in contact with something and have a harder time fighting it off, it might be something you want to look at getting. But it's a personal choice. You just have to kind of weigh the benefits versus the risk.
Okay. Of course, I'm going to ask you, if I take the vaccine, would it stop me from getting the COVID-19?
It will help prevent you from getting it, but you still could come in contact with it. So you still have the chance that you could get it, but from the research, the symptoms are likely to be lessened if you do have the vaccine in your system.
Okay. Candice, anything you want to say on concerning taking the vaccine?
I just want to say, like Brianna said, it is a personal decision. Nobody should be shunned if they do take it or if they don't take it. But I do think that people need to, just be more aware of it and do your own research. Don't just take a headline of somebody saying that somebody died with it, that they got the vaccine next day they died. You need to just do your own research and just really do your own research on it, and it'll be your personal decision.
Could it be mandated that everybody that work in the healthcare field take it? Could it be mandated?
At this point, it's not. This is an emergency virus, so at this point, our job give us a choice if we want to take it or not. It's not mandatory at this point.
Okay. What you say on that, Brianna?
I mean, should our job make it mandatory? No, they shouldn't, because everybody has a choice on what they want to put in their body. But I think overall, you just have to kind of weigh your risk versus your benefits of it. If you're going to be more immunocompromised, you might want to consider getting it. If you take better care of your body and you're likely to fight something off, it just depends on how you feel about putting vaccines in your body. Like not only this vaccine, all vaccines. Because just like flu vaccine, you can come in contact with flu still have flu symptoms. Even weeks after you get the COVID vaccine, you can have symptoms of COVID. So, I mean, you still can become sick. It's just likely to help you kind of fight it off a little bit faster.
Okay. Being a frontline worker, a healthcare worker on the front line, what is some of y'all greatest fear of being on the front line?
For me, the biggest thing that I'm scared about is, being a carrier of it. I've had COVID before, so I beat it. My immune system isn't weak, but I fear that I'll spread it to elderly people or people that have a low immune system. And the fact that people just aren't taking this virus serious. They're not knowledgeable about it, and they're just ignoring it and thinking it'll go away.
Okay. especially on jobs now, you go in, they want to take your temperature to make sure you ain't got no fever and all that. What is the level of fever that you could have that would kind of make you think you got COVID? It's a certain what is the level of that? Is a certain temperature that you can that be high or low, so high that they will make you think you got COVID or something. It have a level in temperature.
Not necessarily. It depends on the person because you could not run a temp and still have COVID. It just depends on your body temp. Some people run a higher temp than others, but we usually treat a temp after 100.8.
Okay. Get back to the same question. So, what is some of the things that you feel, Brianna, that concern being a frontline worker?
That people won't necessarily pay attention to the fact that others can have it and not have symptoms. You can be, I mean, a lot of children can carry the virus, not have symptoms at all, and pass it to adults. You can be standing next to somebody in the grocery store, they have it. Using a pump after somebody that has it and not, using hand sanitizer, hand hygiene. Anything can cause you to come in contact with it. You just have to be mindful of what you put your hands on and, making sure you're wearing a mask.
Amen. And I want to thank y'all, both of y'all. Y'all did a wonderful job. Y'all have educated me, and I know y'all have educated the one that is watching live on Facebook. And I want to take this time out to thank both of you for taking the time out of y'all busy schedule. And I want to let both of you know that I am proud of both of you. Brianna, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Candice. I want y'all to continue to keep up the good work. This is Black History. And I want to put both of y'all on display because y'all are part of Black history. Y'all are young Black women that we should be proud of. Not only myself, but the whole community should be proud of y'all. Y'all from Roanoke First Baptist Church. And I thank y'all again. Before we close out, and I'm gonna start with you, Candice. Any last word that you would like to share with the Facebook community before we leave out?
I just want to just say about wearing masks, a lot of people have the mask below their nose. There's no sense in wearing it if you don't have it covering your mouth and your nose. And with uncomplicated, this is a virus. So with uncomplicated cases, you don't need antibiotics. You just treat the symptoms. If you have a fever, Tylenol, Motrin, plenty of fluids. If you have sinus issues, take a decongestant, but you don't need an antibiotic for uncomplicated cases.
Amen. All right, Brianna.
Basically what she said, exactly what she said. Except for, if you do have any questions, concerns, when you need to seek medical attention, you can look at the website for the CDC website, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. And that'll kind of give you a guideline on the vaccines, information about the virus. It has a lot of stuff that'll kind of help answer some questions that you might not get when you try to call the ER, when you try to call these urgent cares. You can find a lot of that information on the website, the CDC website.
And one thing y'all said about wearing a mask is that a lot of people don't properly wear their mask. They have it. I see a lot of times they have it up under their nose.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not really helping anything. It's not right or wrong.
It's not helping at all. You might as well take it off if you're going to wear it like that.
Okay. All right then. All right. Well, thank you all again. And it's been a wonderful interview. And y'all did wonderful, young ladies. I know y'all probably might have been little nerves coming on, but y'all did wonderful. Mm-hmm. So